Um, Hello everyone, welcome to the class today I'm going to teach you how to do the questions uh, of assertions and reason. And I hope that you are very new to these type of questions, and I'll tell you how to easily solve the questions based on assertion and reason. So kindly watch the video very carefully so that you get an idea that how to do the questions like this, right? So basically, when we talk about assertion might be a very new term for us. Assertion refers to a simple statement, and reason is as it is self-explanatory. You have to tell that the statement that is given as assertion, and in the next part, whatever the reason is stated, is it relevant with the first assertion that is being provided or the statement that is provided or not? So let us understand through the slides screen. As you can see that this is the very first slide, and A here stands for assertion and R stands here for reason. So let us move on to the next slide. Assertion is what that is I have already mentioned, that is it's a very simple statement, and reason is the explanation of the assertion. You need to understand that whether the reason that has been given with assertion is actually supporting that assertion, or is it true with that assertion or not. You just have to check the reliability of it, that whether these two statements are interrelated, or does the reason explains the facts about assertion or not. So let us move ahead with the next slide. That is, I have said, it refers to the statement based on facts, and reason, it also explains the logic and or reason behind the assertion. um, Students, when you'll go through the assertion and reason type questions, you'll be finding that somewhat the options which are given in assertion and reason questions are like this. For example, step one, you what you have to do, you have to study the two statements, that is assertion and reason, very very carefully so that you get an idea of the question. And the second thing is, you will be getting four options with that particular assertion and reason. The first option will say both A and R are true. I hope you all know what is A and R. A stands for assertion and R stands for reason. So it is both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. The second option says that both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A, means there is a probability that you may find that these two statements are very true in the chapter and are from the chapter, and it is somewhere you have found it very very justifiable, but it may be possible that it is not the correct explanation of the assertion stated. So you have to be very careful while doing it. And you may also notice that whether one is true and another is false, or that is whether assertion is true and reason is false, and you may also get an answer that assertion is false and reason is true. So you have to go with it. So let us understand with the first example. Say, for example, assertion is scribes copied manuscripts by hand. So this is something which is very very true, because we have noticed in chapter first of class 7 that scribes often copied the manuscripts by hands. And a reason is, during that time there was no printing press. So it is very very true, because since there was no printing press, that is why the scribes used to copy the manuscripts by hand. So we find that these two statements are obviously true, and we can correlate the statement that scribes copied manuscript by hands, because as you know that there was no printing press, that is why the scribe used to copy the manuscripts by hand. So I think this is this option prevails. I think option A would be quite correct, because you know that both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Let us see what the slide says. Yes, we are on the right track. Yes, both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. That means reason is the correct explanation of the assertion stated, right? So I hope that you got an idea that how to do with it. Let us practice one more same kind of assertion, and but with a different reason. Let us move ahead. Okay, we can see that assertion is same, scribe copies manuscripts by hand, and the reason stated is scribe introduced small changes such as the word here and there. So I think assertion is 100% true, and reason is not correct, because you know that there must be introduction of because invention because of technology was not very upgraded, machines were not there, that is why scribe used to copy the manuscript by hands. So I think, but whatever the reason is stated, it is somewhat relevant with the chapter, because we have read somewhere in the chapter that scribe introduced small changes such as a word here and there. So we find that both assertion reason are correct, but we know that R is not the correct explanation of assertion. That means reason stated is not the correct explanation of assertion. So we may find out which answer is relevant. So let us look at it. Both A and R are true. Okay. Option A is completely wrong. Option C is completely wrong, because both are true. C, D both will be wrong. So which option is relevant to what we are thinking about is option B. So both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So let us see the answer. What is the answer probably? So we are right. We are on the right track, because this is how the answer states. And I hope that you are clear with the assertion and reason type questions, and